Hello there. Today I'm gonna be ranking the characters from AGK Adventures, starting from F rank to S rank. Now, not all the characters are included. I mean, not all characters are included, but like there's an overabundance of characters right here so far. I know some people may not be interested because they either never heard of AGK Adventures or they just not really endorsing to it, but I myself endorsed to it, and I saw that there was a tier list that was made in the server. So I thought to myself, why don't I just rank the characters? Now, so far, Hexen did actually rank them, and I was disappointed that uh, Elliot was like a D tier. Like, why would you put him to like D tier? You doing him dirty. Anyways, here's um, that's gonna be like my own tier list for like the characters in HK Adventures. So now, I want you to know that there are some characters that I don't actually really know, so they might be at C tier, which should indicate that I'm neutral. Um, so yeah, let's start. Wait, what's the yeah. Okay, let's get this thing started. Okay, so the first character apparently is Alexia, who is one of the assistants for Layla. Now, I'm just gonna put her to like, it's gonna be between B and C, but I'm just gonna put her to B. So yeah, not much known for her, but like I think that she's quite cool, so she deserves B. Now we've got a character who is not even who is wait like she's it's an upcoming character actually, and the episode is not even out yet. So yeah, the character right here, that is, who goes by Asami. Now to people, it's actually one of the characters that you can't help but simp for her. I don't know if I actually spot others who simp for her, but like, I mean, she's quite adorable, I guess, with those big melons. But to me, ranking here is quite questionable, to be honest. I'm not sure which tier should I put, but no, okay. Aside from like the characteristics, she does also have an interesting backstory that resonates with Rox, where she was probably, if I recall correctly, I'm not sure if this is a spoiler. I mean, Zach is probably not gonna be, he's not gonna be happy about this. I'm not sure if he actually minds me to like say it, but like there was actually like a backstory, I think, about Rox and Asami, where she was probably experimented in like an egg, I think. But I do think that she might be an interesting character, even with the cutesy appearance. So I guess putting her A might be reasonable. So yeah, and we've got the next character is Blippy, I think. Yeah, that's Blippy. Um, mm, I'm not really fond of him, so I'm just gonna put him to C tier. Okay, next we got Blue, one of the Angry Birds in AGK Adventures franchise. Of course, don't take my words by assuming that they are original characters in AGK Adventures. No, they're just simply Angry Birds. I mean, everyone knows that. But I do think that he has a niche character development, so B tier is added too. Boris Anderson. I'm also neutral to him. Like, I'm not really fond of him, so that's a C tier here. Now, the next character here is Brooke, who is a friend of Elliot, but also worse than him in terms of like villain vibes, if you will. and she was actually with in a mission with Elliot, and I don't remember. I'm not sure who was the third one. Man, I need to rewatch AGK Adventures again. But yeah, there was like an episode where Brooke, Elliot, and the other character was on a mission to capture Isabella. Because there was a chip implanted on Isabella, it was actually easy for them to track them, but till now, Isabella was not captured, so yeah. But I do think that she's also quite neat, so putting her beat is well deserved. Next, we've got. I have seen him a few times, but just like the other two in C tier, he's not really. I'm not really endorsed for him, so it's gonna be a C tier. I mean, pardon me. There are some characters that I don't actually know, so there's that. Next, we've got our one of the most likable characters, Ching Chong, a joke character that everyone is in, is is jumping whenever they see him. He is actually a pretty humorous character, outside the fact that his name is Ching Chong, which is you know what this takes for. It's just a racist thing. Yeah, but because of like the sense of humor and that he is actually a really good joke character, he's gonna be put to S tier. Next, we've got Chloe, in which, um, by the way, I don't know if that's a spoiler as well, but like there was like one time where Chloe was like very obsessive with Cindy, who during the time where Cindy and Rob were observing between Merlin and Dan doing the romance, and she was like clinging to him, like kind of like a Yandere move. Like damn, a cat girl and a Yandere at that. Yeah, no fucking shit. She's gonna be put to like B tier. Yeah, that fits. Then we've got Chuck, one of the Angry Birds in AGK Adventures. He he's gonna be put to B tier as well. Like he's quite interesting as well, just like Blue. And then we've got Conehead, also one of the interesting characters in AGK Adventures, and a good villain and a pretty cool villain at that as well. So I'm just gonna put it to like A tier, right here. Then we got I think it's it's one of the bad piggies, but hold on. Okay, it's Corporal Pig, but C tier. Dan Mendel, also he is a major character and quite likable as well. So he's gonna be put to A right here. And then we've got simply just the name Dan, not to be confused with Dan Mendel. Now, he's also one of the more important, one of the major characters, who also is with Merlin. But I gotta tell you, the relationship is quite questionable. if you if you at least watch a few clips of them only, he's gonna be put to like B tier, right here. And this penguin guy, directly to C tier. And then we've got Doctor Doe, also one of the interesting characters, and especially in that time of that scene between her and Cindy. Yeah, I think she's a supporting character. Yeah, but of course, just like the original source, she's quite horny at times. But thank goodness we don't got to see any scenes of her doing the thingy thingy. But hopefully there isn't, unless Zach wants to. I mean, it's not like he would. But yeah, she's overall gonna be at A tier right here. And the next character is Egbert, a major character that should be at least recognized by most AGK Adventures fans. And while he is a little one, he's also corrupt according to his to the lore about him. But he also works for simulation, so there's that. I do think that he is an essential character, especially for the fact that he is associated with simulations as well. So S tier is well deserved. And finally, we going to. I mean, well, you know what I'm gonna put him S tier. Directly to S tier. Like, come on, who doesn't love him? Like, I actually, the first, even though I voice acted just for just to progress Zach's episode. The moment I watched the episode, I immediately got a point of interest of Elliot, and so I was determined to voice act more as Elliot. And I began, and I was actually so excited and so like like so happy that I considered him as my character, and that I was thinking of adding him to the Tale of AWK as well. Of course, he's an upcoming character, so there's no debut for him yet. But because he's my personal favorite for in AGK Adventures so far, he does deserve to be taken to S tier. But of course, it's not that he's my favorite. I also like the lore as well. Like he is a misunderstood villain. Like which is the fact that he is a villain, which he isn't supposed to be, because he was actually a slave to Layla until he became an important assistant to Layla. And that's what I actually like about him, and I also quite sympathize with him, like that he shouldn't be going through like this. But yeah, he's actually good. S tier is what he deserves. Maybe others can see him like B or C or D. D tier for according to Hexen, but I just like him. Okay, he's my comfort character. Then we've got Eyeball. I have seen him, and I do think that it's a good character as well. So B tier is right here. And then there's Eye Patch Ouija, a very powerful villain, but there could be other villains that is more powerful than him. Like he's pretty intimidating, but uh, I'm not sure about Giga Niji. Like Giga Niji is like really really intimidating. So if I were to compare to Eye Patch Ouija, maybe Giga Niji is like quite stronger than Eye Patch Ouija, but Eye Patch Ouija is still a prominent character too, and I do personally like him, so I'm gonna put him to A tier. We've got Fire Mario. I'm not sure if that's like a clone or just initial form of Mario, but either way, yeah, I'm just gonna put him to S tier. Like that's that. Now, the I feel like I have seen him, but like just like some of the characters in like C tier, I forgot about him. Like I forgot his name only, but I did see him in some of the scenes, especially if like um the girl with like brown hair. I think it was it was probably in like it's I think it's setback maybe. But I do remember that he was actually in another scene apparently in setback in the episode setback as well. But overall, he deserves a B tier right here. And we've got Giganiji. If you've heard of me talking about him when I was going to rank Eye Patch Ouija, but yeah, Giganiji is a villain that if you fight him, you're probably dead. But there are also other villains that has the same kin, where fighting him is not a good idea. Even though Zinni fought with him more than just once. Like the one time where Marlin was like punched and then Cinny came here to like um fight him off, and it ended pretty quickly. And then there's another scene. This time it's only between Giganichi and Zinni. Like I do remember that scene about them, and yeah, even though that he's a pretty intimidating villain, Zany still has the balls to fight him off. So yeah, I actually quite like uh, the the characteristic of Giganiji. So I'm just gonna put him to S tier in my own personal opinion. Okay, Hank Hill. Not much. I'm sorry. Not much can be said about Hank Hill, but um, I'm just gonna put him to like B tier. I do think that he's also a cool character to be added in AGK Adventures as well. So yeah. And next we've got Evil Scientist or uh, Hendrik Slitz. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, I think. Now he is a member of Illuminati, and he is connected to Satanic Infinite Illuminati, who's, by the way, a very powerful villain too. But no one can ever, but no one can ever be compared with Satanic Infinite Illuminati. Like even Giganiji. Yeah, he is actually connected to Satanic Infinite Illuminati, but also Layla as well. And um, he, yeah, he was, yeah, he does actually he does actually know Layla, of course. And yeah, no, not much, not much can be said. Also, I thought that this was his actual eyes, but it turns out that these were just glasses. So yeah. Overall, A tier. Herbert. I'm not sure if I could consider him as a joke character or even an actual character at that. Even especially considering the fact that there's an, a one certain video where he fought off against Ouija, which is from PVC Incident, even though it's not AGK Adventures, but PVC Incident is connected to AGK Adventures. But he's widely recognized, and he's also quite likable as well. And I myself, even normally pedos are not to be liked, but I can assume that he was taken like as a joke. But I mean Herbert is quite likable for people, so S tier is quite deserved. I'm not sure if that's like high enough for him. Maybe I could prompt to like A, but I think yeah, S tier would do. Ice Cream Man. One of the most essential character because he's responsible for like teleporting to other simulations I assume, and that he also has a really interesting backstory as well. But I can't remember much about it. But other than that, his character, his the lore about him is actually really interesting, and that and that he's gonna haunt you in your dreams you if you throw away the ice cream that he gave to you, or you just simply don't like ice cream. Like if you don't like ice cream, he's gonna haunt you. So if he's like in front of you, you've gotta eat it, um, regardless if you like it or not, so that he won't haunt you in your dreams. But aside from that, Ice Cream Man is a villain, but at some point, he's also a good person as well. Like a sentimental at that. So I do think that S tier is quite deserved for Ice Cream Man. All right, next we've got Illuminati, which not much really is known about him, other than the fact that he's a really evil guy, and yeah, I'm just gonna put him to like, I'm not sure, B or C. B would do. Yeah, it fits. Now we're going to welcome Isabella here, who is a victim from Layla, because Layla wants to capture her, and that she sent Elliot and Brooke to capture her in a house. But I do think that she deserves some love and sentience as well. Like she's she needs to be protected at all cost. To be honest, that's why I'm putting her to A tier here. James Rolfe, probably one of the characters recognized to most AGK Adventures fans, and he also has an important role where he was trying to convince that Brooke and Elliot of he's trying to convince to Brooke and Elliot and the other character. I'm not sure. Was there? Dude, I need to rewatch this series all over again. I'm easily forgetting things. But yeah, he did initially try to convince Brooke and Elliot that Isabella is not here, even though the chip was implanted. But of course, till now, Isabella yet has not yet been captured, obviously. But aside from that, he also acts like a father figure to AJK, and overall he's just good. So I will be putting him to S tier right here, to be really honest. We've got Keiru Otoko, one of the one of the a memorable character in most AJK series. He is recogniz- recognizable to those who watched AJK series, but not much is seen as much. But I do remember that he was probably in a scene where he was in a school, and yeah, that's just about it. I do think that uh on each character. So yeah, B tier would be put. And finally, we've got to introduce Layla, which, as I said earlier, Layla is is an important villain because she wanted to capture Isabella, and she relies on the workers like Elliot and Brooke to capture her. And of course, just as it said, Isabella has chip implanted inside of her, so that it will be easier for them to capture her. And on top of that, I think if I recall correctly, she was wanting to date someone known as Louise, who did seem to be a normal. He seems like a normal character at first, but then he just becomes a bad guy. just just get changed his mind, even though that he's not really convinced that she's a murderer. But yeah, um, I'm putting her to I think yeah, B tier would do. Next, we've got Leonard Slick, who is a younger brother of Leopold Slick, and they don't get along as much, and not much is known, even though that he's a major character. I mean, the only thing that we could know him is that he's a piece of shit to Leopold, and I mean, it's not even surprising because some of the most AGK series has this edition where Leonard is not in a good relationship with Leopold Sick, but I'm just gonna put him to like A tier in that matter. And we've got Leopold Slick, the main character of AGK Adventures. I mean, everyone knows him. I mean, even I do. So it's quite weird for anyone to not know him. I mean, there is a reason why it's named AGK Adventures. Like, we've got AGK on the line here. When we're gonna put him to S tier right here. So yeah, that's it. Then we've got Leorich Slick, who is the opposite of Leonard. It goes along really well with Leopold Slick, and that he's and according to Harold Slick, who is the father of the Slick siblings, Leorich is a favorite child, and that's why I'm putting him to S tier here. Then we have Light Leopold. I'm not really sure if he does have a real name, but he's just a dead brother of Leopold. He was choked to death by Harold. Not much is known why, but yeah. And there are some certain scenes where about Leopold and like Leopold, and I do think that he has a big resonance to Leopold, and I think that he should be put to A tier here. And then we've got Luigi, who is a major character and a really important character at that, because not only he existed in AGK Adventures, he also existed in like the Walking Life of the Dead and Mario and Luigi Adventures. I think that's the name. I mean, the series where Mario and Luigi are like the main characters, if you will. I do think that he takes an important role in AGK Adventures, and yeah, I also realized that he also works for simulation as well, which is something that I did not really expected. Like, I thought he'd be just like someone a little bit oblivious to simulations, but no, he does seem to be to have knowledge to the simulations. So that's something. Next, we've got the Maniac. Yes, that's his name. Who's also one of the characters I voice act, and I do also like the execution to like to like this character, like like he is as his name implies, he's actually a maniac. Like, he would murder you if he wants to. And not only is his design is really unique, and like the bandages all over his face and the glasses and the hat, like I actually like it to be really honest. But he also he is, but he kills. But he also has like liking for killing people as well. But uh, just like some of the characters, he's an upcoming character. Uh, so far, I mean, yeah, he's an upcoming character. So maybe he would be seen in the next episode. Of course he would. But yeah, I really like the execution of his lore, and putting him to S tier would be quite reasonable in my opinion. He's one of my favorite villains so far. And we've got Mario, a a really important character in AGK Adventures franchise, and in some other series like The Walking Life of Dead, and Mario and Luigi Adventures. And yeah, he is actually shown a lot of times, and everyone loves him. He's actually an important character, even in AGK Adventures as well. So I'll put him to S tier here. And next we've got Matilda. Next we've got is Merlin, who is a robot in. Okay, it's not Mario and Luigi Adventures. I got it wrong. Well, I almost got it right, but I also got it wrong. It's actually Mario and Luigi Originations. Yeah. God damn it, I'm easily forgettable. But yeah, yeah, she is a robot who only took her sole appearance in Mario and Luigi Originations, and that she fought with Luigi. And yeah, not much really is known about her, but I'll certainly put her to B tier. Next we got is Merlin. Uh, I gotta be honest, I was really confused that she's overhated. Like I see people talk shit about her, but yeah, I just don't get it. And when I did check her out, I I kind of got their point of view of her, but even then, I don't think she should deserve that much hate. I mean, yeah, sure, she is quite sure, she is quite obsessive to like Dan, but I don't think that she really deserves to be overhated that much. Not to the point where I put her to F tier. No, not really. But maybe I'll put her to like C tier. Even though the C tier is neutral, it's also like to like mixed feelings. But yeah, that's just about it. I don't think that Merlin should be overhated, to be really honest. So yeah, C tier. Hmm. Okay, I have seen him, but I don't know the name as well, and I'm not really. I'm just neutral, so I'm just gonna put him to like C tier. Then we've got Moon Man, who AJK is a big fan of him, and and according to the lore, it seems that he used to work for uh, Hitler and Ronald McDonald, and yeah, I'm just gonna put and I do. He's a niche character, so I'm just gonna put him to like B tier here. Then we've got negative Luigi. Not much is known for me, but it seems that he was created by negative Mario, and that for some whatever reason, negative Luigi is a son of negative Mario. But then again, negative Mario created negative Luigi, so I guess that's quite reasonable. But like, that's weird to call him a son. That's just me, and apparently he really hates AGK. So Yeah, I'm just gonna put him to like oh, B tier. B tier would do. Not much is known about this cat girl. I mean, uh, I might have seen her, but I forgot who she is. Just C tier would do. Next, we got Noah Brolsma, and he is a really depressing character. Not because he is a depressing character, but he's just really depressed. He's just fuck, goddamn. I mean, he is a really depressing character. Like, there's actually a really sad backstory. Like he doesn't smile or talk, and that he has witnessed a lot of deaths to the point where he needs to take care of his brothers, and that's sad. I actually feel quite sorry for him that he had to see many deaths in his own sight. But yeah, back then, I did. His voice was like echoing in like the earlier episodes of AGK Adventures, which is something that I really didn't like because uh, his voice echoing can be much of an issue here. So yeah, but other than that, I like to put him to B tier right here. Um, I actually really feel sorry for him. Uh, a YouTube troll police. uh, I mean, he should be a bad guy, obviously. UT Death to UTTP. UTTP should never exist because UTTP is is bad to the internet. But hey, at least we have Tommy Parkey. He is really sexy. Uh, Disagree, and I will castrate you. We got uh Onision. I haven't seen him much other than the fact that he's chasing AGK, and then he bumped into Hank Hill, and yeah. And later on, he's probably never recognized as much as of today, but I'm just gonna put him to B tier anyway. We've got Plasma Mastodon, who is a pedo, by the way, that that apparently he passed away. But moving on to the realm of AGK Adventures, like not much really is known other than the fact that he is creepy. I mean, of course he is, but yeah, but that's that. I think I'm just gonna put into like B tier. Next, we've got Red, who is, of course, the lead of Angry Birds, and quite an important character in AGK Adventures. Like, uh, like rather than him being like a goofball like some of the birds like Matilda and Blue, he was actually in need for help against the bad piggies, and so he asked AGK for his help. So I'm just gonna put him to A tier right here. Next we've got Ripjit. Oh, Ripjit, yeah. He is he's supposedly a hunter, and that he was responsible for like grabbing Zinni to Giganiji so that Zinni can't be tortured. But yeah, that's just much about him. Like he hasn't been shown as much except for like season 2. Like he takes a prominent role, especially since he has relations with the simulations as well. So I'm putting him to A tier personally. We've got Rob, who is a helper to James Rolfe, and he's also an important character as well. And yeah, I actually yeah he's also good. He's also a really good character, in my personal opinion. So I'm putting him to A tier. And finally, there is one of the villains that you can't help but feel bad for him. That's Roger Eric. He has a really he has a sadder backstory than Ice Cream Man. Like it's a villain that I would personally give him a hug, even if it meant me getting slammed hard by this figure of hate. Like damn, like he's actually one of my favorite characters, villains at least in AGK Adventures, and I actually quite feel sorry for him. Like he has sad backstory, and that he was inside this mechanical suit. You know, it's like purple guy being spring locked inside the spring Bonnie a suit. Yeah, that's just how it goes. But yeah, he has a really sad backstory. Like I actually quite feel bad for him, and that's why I'm putting him to S tier because I really like him. Ronald McDonald. Not much. I don't think I've never really seen him as much, but I assume that he is an important character, so I guess a B tier would be quite reasonable right here. We've got one of the we got a villain who is a fucking ruthless murderer and and a member of the Illuminati. Like he's actually like unlike the maniac, Rox is a fucking merciless murderer that would kill you just for his own liking. He's really fucking ruthless. Like actually really ruthless. But then he has but then there's his clone known as Rogier, who is really who's like who's although Rogier is a bandit, it's better than being a merciless murderer who loves to kill people for his own liking. Yeah, so yeah, Rox is fucking insane. But but I do believe that he's also an important character as well, and I do quite like him. But not as much as the three, like Ice Cream Man, the Maniac, and Roger Eric. So I'll put him to A tier. Next, we've got Savannah, who is nothing more than a social media user. Like she has like tens of trillions of subscribers and hundreds of quadrillions of subscribers. Don't even ask why. It just goes like that. I mean, there are simulations, so there may be others in other simulations besides Simulation One who watch her. So there could be that, but that's just my personal theory. So yeah, she's nothing more than just a social media user who also has a OnlyFans and hates birds. Like she actually hates birds to the point where Egbert hacked her channel. Oh my god! And she's also considered to be Hector's sister, who Hector is uh an unlikable character. Like he's a rapist, you know. But I'm putting her to B tier right here. So yeah. Not much is known about him, so I'm just gonna put him to C tier right here. Next, we've got Serenity Periwinkle, who is a moderator in Dickno's high school, and her and Dan Mendel are not on in good terms because to Serenity, uh, Dan Mendel gives her a headache because He's much of a pain in the ass to her. Like damn. Putting her to B tier. Any on each character. Yeah, overall good. Then we've got Satanic Infinite Illuminati. A really tough and a really evil villain here. I mean, there's even, I mean, he's like really powerful. You wouldn't even imagine how it goes, or how would you compare it to like other villains like Roger Eric or maybe even Ice Cream Man? No, Ice Cream Man is weaker compared to Satanic Infinite Illuminati. Like he's really strong. That not even Rocks could even reach to that level. But even though Rocks is really powerful, I'm not really sure the gap of their powers. So to compare Satanic Infinite Illuminati would be quite questionable, if anything. But yeah, and he also takes an initial appearance in the Tale of AWK as well, where Ice Cream Man was going to invade Buck's Buck's dream because he threw away the ice cream and said that he didn't like it. And ice cream appeared in the dream, and then there comes Dan Dixon, who is a clone of Dan, and entered the dream with Buck. But before Ice Cream Man could do anything, Satanic Infinite Illuminati comes right here and kills the shit out of them, especially Ice Cream Man. But hey, it's a dream, so none of them died. Satanic Infinite Illuminati just simply wanted it to end. That's that. So yeah, I'm putting him to A tier, right here. Next, we've got Squidward, who, judging by the appearance, he's not a good character. It's not that he's bad or anything. Like he's really evil. Like he's a serial killer at that. He takes many appearances in Mario and Luigi Originations, and in some cases, Squidward Adventures. Yes, this is a sub-series for AGK Adventures. But yeah, I'm personally putting him to B tier. Uh, I do recognize that person, but not much is known, at least for me. So I'm just gonna put him to like C tier right here. Next, we've got Squidward. Oh, an important character in AGK Adventures as well. And of course, Squidward is Squidward. But there's also interesting additions to Squidward that he was that he that he hates rocks and loves to like make him angry, and that he has an evil past as well. So yeah, he's overall a great character. So I'm putting him to I'm not sure, S or A. Fuck it, S would do. We then got Stephen Quire, who is a bully in school, and not much really is known other than this. He's just a bully, so I'm just gonna put him to B. Steve Rambo. I've heard that he takes an important role in AGK Adventures, even though I don't seem to like be taking any interest for him. So yeah, C tier can do. Next, we've got Stick Steve, who is a major character and is friends with AGK and Dan as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like he appears in like almost every episode, so that explains his major appearance. And I do like him. Fun fact: he was he Josh voiced him, but then because of the controversies and such, Zushi came in. But then Zushi also left, so therefore we gotta wait for a new voice actor for Stick Steve, which is unfortunate. So I'm putting him to be Toad. Yeah, don't ask questions, okay? Just don't. It's not a good time. Next we've got Waluigi, who is an interesting character to say the absolute least. Like at first he doesn't hate he really hates AGK, but then he becomes like a close friend to him. Like he would even invite him to a restaurant, if I recall correctly. And he of course takes a major appearance as well. So overall, I like him, and I'm putting him to A tier right here. Next we got is Wario. Just the dumbass he is, really. Nothing much to say. I'm just gonna put him to like B tier right here. Next we got is an important character, just like AGK, and Dan is Ouija. Actually, of course, he's recognized a lot by most AGK Adventures fans. I mean, he is a big help to AGK, and that he's friends with AGK and Dan as well. Like he takes a really major role, and 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 that's why I like him. Ouija is a pretty he's a great character in AGK Adventures. Nothing much to say about him really. He's all good and a good help to AGK as well. Next we've got is I forgot who he is, but I've seen him like a few times. Yeah, I'm just gonna put him to like C tier right here. And next, right here, is also a very important character known as Cine, who is a Duckton and a cyborg at that as well. Like back then, he used to be just a pure Duckton, but then he became a cyborg, which I assume because of certain damages and such. Yeah, of course. He has a really big history, and he's not really known as much until season 2, and that he's great friends with Dan and Stick Steve. Just one of the other likable characters, like very likable as Ouija and Stick Steve and AJK and the others. He's good, all good. AGK.exe, mm, yeah, he's just an evil clone of AGK. I'm just gonna put him to like B tier right here. Arthur.exe, not quite endorsed to him, and okay, I don't know much about him. I only recognize this through profile picture when Zach Max in some of the stream, I believe. Like the only thing I recognize about this uh person is when Zach Max changed the profile picture in the live stream, and it was it was pretty funny to say the least. Like it's actually really funny. But then again, I think it's understood to put him to like C tier right here. Next we've got Jacob Slick, who is also an unlikable sibling of the Slick family. Like he's not in good terms with Harold and Leonidas as well. So I'm just gonna put him to like B tier. Hmm. Wait, who is that? Wait, who is this person? Oh, what the fuck just happened? Oh, okay. Uh, yeah, not much is known about him, so putting him to C tier would do. Next, we've got Leonidas Slick, who is a really crazy brother of AGK, and that he loves to do pranks, even though it may not seem like it's actually a prank. But he's also a loyal brother uh, to AGK as well, and yeah, yeah, he's a niche character, but also I feel like that he has nice character development, so I'm just gonna put him to like A tier. Next, we've got Wet Owl. Wet Owl right here. The owl here that just exists, does nothing. He's not important to the series. So why is he here, you may ask? No one knows. But because of the funny looking owl, I'm just gonna put him to like B tier. My god, I just can't stand. That guy from Family Guy, I don't know much about him. C tier would do. Next we've got um uh, a Angry Western Kid, or AWK for short, or Buck. He is a main character in The Tale of Angry Western Kid, or The Tale of AWK, in that he has um he has taken a few appearances in AGK Adventures. He's just not. It's just not really as much. So yeah, most of the time he just appears on in the Tale of AWK, and he's also considered to be stronger than AJK. Like he could be even suitable to fight against Roger Eric. If if at one point if at one point that Buck and Roger Eric got into a fight together, but so yeah, he might be having the potential to fight off against other villains, but certainly not a Satanic Infinite Illuminati. He's he's very hard to deal with. That's for sure. But personally, I really like Buck. I like the character development as well. So I'm just putting him to C S tier. Um, not much. I don't recognize this person as much. Mm, and an angry son. I'm quite neutral, so I'm putting him to C tier. Next here is Bombnut, who can explode at any time if he wants, and a brother of Walnut. Mm, I'm just gonna put him to like B2 right here. Next here we got the dancing zombie, but I don't think I've actually see his potential in AGK Adventures. But then again, I'm putting him to like C tier right here. Next we've got Adolf Hitler, which just like most AGK series, he's not in good terms with AGK, and a, he is a ruthless villain as well. I mean, he is the leader of Nazi Party after all. So I'm putting him to like C tier maybe. Yeah, number two. Next we got is. Can you stop lagging? Next we got is Nodwall, who is an important character in the tale of AWK. Now, I think according to like the fact that he was addicted to crack, and that he got teleported to like Simulation 2. He doesn't actually his birth was not actually in Simulation 2, because he is a brother of Walnut, and that he is in a different simulation. But then, uh, when he got to Simulation 2, he's sobered up, like no longer taking crack, and then left in Simulation 2, and worked in the farms, with him having friends like AWK, Aaron Shire, and Peep, who is Zinni if he's not cybernetic, but he's also really innocent, like not badass or anything. So yeah. Also, so I like him. I'm putting him to like S tier here. We've got Stuffwell, who is a companion to Mario and Luigi. And he doesn't take any initial appearance in AGK Adventures or any other series except for Mario and Luigi Originations. Like, I mean, well, he is a companion to Mario and Luigi after all, so of course he's only getting in Mario and Luigi Originations. But yeah, I'm putting him to like B tier. I think yeah, B tier would do. Next we've got this character who was probably in James Rolfe's house, and that Elliot for some reason uh, hit him, which is quite funny, I must say. But not much is known about him. But I'm gonna put him to like C tier right here. Next we got is Walnut, a major character in AGK Adventures. Like he is friends with AGK and Dan and many other people as well. And he is and he has siblings like Nutwall, who is lost for now, since he is in a separate simulation. And we got Bombnut. So yeah, he has two siblings so far, and who knows, there may be more. But that's them so far. So, Walnut deserves to be at S tier. Uh, I feel like I've seen him before. Like, I think he has an association with like Dickno's high school, but like not much is known about him, and I'm pretty neutral, so I'm putting him to like C tier. So yeah, that's the tier list of my own tier list of AGK Adventures. And holy shit, it's like 1 hour. Like I didn't expect to like record a video with like that's like 1 hour. Like goddamn. And my throat already hurts, so yeah. That's a tier list of my own tier list of AGK Adventures, and yeah, I have to rewatch the series all over again. Like I better be, cause I just can't stand it being pretty forgettable about this. Yeah. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Even though I may be neglecting it. So yeah. Anyways, bye. Bye bye.